Okay. So we're going to do notes on 3.5, which is slope-intercept form. So does anyone know what slope-intercept form is? When we're talking about slope-intercept form, what does that mean? What the heck? Hold on, I'm so sorry. Okay. When we're talking about slope-intercept form, the formula for slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. And so if it says, oops, to write an equation in slope-intercept form or convert the equation to slope-intercept form, you need it to be in this form right here, which is y, and then an equal sign, mx, and then b. What does each letter stand for? Do you guys know what the m and the b stand for in slope-intercept form? So m stands for slope, so the slope of the line. And b stands for the y-intercept, or where it crosses the y-axis. And then x and y are points on the graph. Okay, so moving along to how to find slope. So slope, like I stated earlier, can be written as m. Slope can also be written as rise divided by run, or rise over run. Or it can be written as change in y over change in x. And the formula to find slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. I'm assuming you guys have probably heard of this before and done it in algebra. If not, here's a good review. So in our slope-intercept form of y equals mx plus b, m will be a number and it will be our slope. If you're given a graph, you can find slope using rise over run. If you're given numbers, you can use the formula here to find slope by using y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So find the slope given these points. So I'm going to come back and use this equation right here to find the slope of these points. So my formula again is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So remember, when we have anything in brackets or parentheses, it always is x comma y. X is our first value, y is our second value. So I can pick any of these two ordered pairs to plug into my equation. And I can make any of them y2 and any of them y1, but they need to be next to each other in your list of ordered pairs. So I couldn't pick 12 and 4. I need to pick these two right next to each other, or these two, or these two. So I am going to use 4 and 20 as my 2 values, and my 7 and my 4 as my 1 values. So I'm going to bring those numbers over here and plug them into my equation. So I'm going to do y2 minus y1. So I come to my ordered pair, look for my y coordinate, which is 20. So y2 minus y1. So y1 is 14 because I decided that this one would be my first set of ordered pairs. Then I do the same thing with the x's. I come to my second ordered pair and find x. That's my x2. Then I come to my first ordered pair and find x, and that's my x1. Now you have two subtraction problems, and you're going to simplify or solve them. So 20 minus 14 gives me 6, and 4 minus 7 gives me -3. Can I simplify this further, or is this the simplest form for this fraction? Just give me a yes if I can simplify it, or no if I can't. Okay, I can simplify it. You are correct. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to divide both of these by -3. So -3 divided by 3. -3 divided by -3 gives me 1, and 6 divided by 3 gives me 2, or 2. So for this, given these points, my slope is 2. So when we do our homework on Thursday, you might have some questions like this. Given the points, find the slope. Okay, our last one for today is find the slope of the following line. So this one, we don't have, well, we do have ordered coordinate pair points, and we could find those, or we can do rise over run, the quicker way when you're given a graph to find the slope. So for this one, rise, I like to think of rise how the sun rises, so up and down, and run, I think of it like this because you run back and forth. So rise is how many it goes up or down. So starting here, I'm going to pick this point, and then I'm also going to pick this point. So 2 points where there's an x value and a y value that are kind of easy to see. So my rise, how much does it rise? It goes up 1 box, and then the run is 1 and 2. It goes over 2 x values. So for this one, my slope is 1/2. Or, like I said, you can take the coordinate pairs and then subtract them to find it as well. So for my y, I could make this one my first one. It would be -2, 1. And then this one would be 0, 2. So I can use the equation I used on the last slide, y1 minus y, or y2 minus y1, and then x2 minus x1. So 2 minus 1 would be my y's. Because remember, this is y and this is y. This I'll have it be 2. And this one will be 1. And then on the bottom, I'm going to do 0 minus -2. So I'm going to simplify now. 2 minus 1 gives me 1. And a negative plus a negative makes it positive. So I have 0 plus 2, which gives me 2, or 1/2. So you can do it either way and you get the same answer. For me, it's easier to just count rise over run, but if it makes more sense for you to do the subtraction and the formula, do whatever makes more sense to you. So then that is kind of all I have for the lesson today. One last thing that Mr. Escovedo showed me that I just thought was kind of cute. He calls this Mr. Slopey. And so easy way to remember your slope is he draws a positive slope and then a negative slope, a no slope, and a 0 slope. So that's 0, no slope, positive, negative. So it's kind of just a fun little way to remember slope. So right here I have positive slope, and then this one's negative. This one right here is a slope of 0 or no slope because there is no rise over run, or nose. And then this is a zero slope because it's a straight line. So this is what our next little section will be about, is graphing. Today we went over slope intercept form. We'll continue on with this on Thursday, and then there'll be an assignment. If you did not finish the Ed Puzzle quiz, that is due next Monday. So I would work on that. If you haven't finished assignment 3.3, that was due last night, so I would make sure you finish that one. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, then I will let you guys head out 3 minutes early. I will see you on Thursday.